to Weekend 360, where you get a weekly headline of Nigeria and international news details. Good evening to our wonderful listeners out there. I am Salma Shama Ibrahim and I welcome you to Voice of Nigeria TV Weekend 360. Today is 1st of May 2022 and here are the selected headlines. School feeding, federal government tax cooks on quality hygienic meals. Federal government declares Monday, Tuesday public holiday to mark Workers' Day, Eid al-Fitr. NLC serves notice of strike in solidarity with ASU students. Ukraine war, Africa must be proactive over looming global food prices. In Nigeria, Ramadan continues Sunday, Eid al-Fitr is Monday, NSCIA. Nigerian stock market gained 431.9 billion naira, lifted by strong corporate results. The U.S. economy shrunk in the first quarter. Now the details of the news. The federal government has charged cooks under its national homegrown school feeding program in Jigawa to ensure they prepared quality and hygienic meals for pupils in the state. Hajia Sadia Umar Farooq, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, gave the charge during the training of 54 cooks in Dutse on Wednesday. Umar Farooq, represented by Mr. Bajai Mukhtar, the Assistant Director of Finance in the ministry, said that the training was to ensure that the cooks prepared their meals under the hygienic conditions with nutritional value. She assured them that the ministry would not compromise on the quality and quantity of meals served to pupils in the country. The federal government has declared Monday and Tuesday, May 2nd and 3rd, as public holidays to mark this year's Workers' Day and Eid al-Fitr celebrations. Mr. Rauf Arigbesola, the Minister of Interior, made the declaration on Thursday on behalf of the federal government. He congratulated workers across the country on the occasion and commended their hard work, diligence, and sacrifice. The minister believes their efforts are largely responsible for the greatness of the country and respects Nigeria commands in the Committee of Nations. Labor is the very essence of humanity, he was quoted as saying in a statement by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Dr. Shuaibu Balgori. We are alive because we work, and only the dead is incapable of working. The Nigerian Labour Congress has threatened to embark on a 3-day nationwide warning strike in solidarity with affiliate unions in the universities and Nigerian students. The union's threat was conveyed in a communique jointly signed by its president, Mr. Ayuba Waba, and its General Secretary, Mr. Emmanuel Ubwaja. The communique was released to newsmen in Abuja. It was issued at the end of the Congress Central Working Committee meeting. The NLC on April 13th gave the federal government 21 days within which to set up a high-powered panel to resolve the issues that were causing incessant strikes by the Academic Staff Union of Universities. According to the CWC, the NLC has threatened to hold protests against the lingering ASU strike within the subsisting 21 days ultimatum. The AFDB president, former Minister of Agriculture, came on a proactive rescue mission. Something was severely threatening food security in Africa, and Nigeria particularly. It calls for urgent action. Dr. Akinwumi Adesina at the presidential villa briefed the president on the impact of the Russian-Ukraine war and its implications for food security in Africa and Nigeria, and to intimate him with decisive actions being taken by the African Development Bank to avert what is looming food crisis. Russia and Ukraine dominate exports of wheat and maize to Africa. With the disruption of supplies arising from the war, Africa now faces a shortage of at least 30 million metric tons of food imports from Russia and Ukraine, especially for wheat, maize, and soya beans. The Billboards quoted the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, who has said we are now facing a perfect storm that threatens the economies of developing countries. The Nigeria Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs has declared that the Ramadan fast will continue on Sunday while the Eid al-Fitr will be on Monday. The NSCIA, headed by the Sultan of Sokoto, Saad Abubakar, said this in a tweet on Saturday evening. No positive sighting claims were received from members of the National Moon Sighting Committee and other emirates, the council said, adding that an official statement will be released shortly. The Eid al-Fitr festival marks the end of the Islamic month of Ramadan, the 9th month of the lunar calendar, where Muslims abstain from food, drink, and sexual pleasure from dawn to dusk. The Ramadan fast is either 29 or 30 days, depending on when the new crescent is sighted. By implication, the month will be 30 days this year. It was earlier reported that Saudi Arabia, UAE, and many other countries in the Middle East had declared Monday as Eid al-Fitr in their domain. Nigerian stock advanced by 1.64% or 431.9 billion naira on Friday, the fastest rate seen in weeks as investors splurged big cash on equities after many companies reported stronger than expected first quarter earnings. Airtel Africa, FCMB Group and Nestle led the charge, while the NGX Insurance Index accelerated the most of the 5 sectors indexes, tracked by the burst of 1.85%. NGX 30, the index that tells the 30 biggest stocks on the exchange, climbed 0.82% to its summit since March 12, 2018. Market breadth closed positive with 35 gainers emerging compared to 13 laggards. America's economy unexpectedly shrank in the first quarter of 2022. Data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis showed the nation's gross domestic product, the broadest measure of economic activities, declined at an annualized rate of 1.4% between January and March in an abrupt reversal of the prior year's strong growth. While one quarter does not yet make a trend, it is a warning sign for how the recovery is going. 2 straight quarters of declining growth meet a commonly used definition of a recession. It was a marked slowdown from the 6.9% growth pace recorded in the final quarter of last year, and the worst performance since the pandemic recession in the second quarter of 2020. Economists had predicted an annualized growth rate of 1.1% according to Refinitiv. That's the end of the news. You can follow us on our social media handles: on Twitter, Voice of Nigeria TV 1, on Instagram, Voice of Nigeria TV, on Facebook, Voice of Nigeria TV, on YouTube, Voice of Nigeria TV, and our official website, www.voiceofnigeriatv.org.ng. Or you can call us via 070-419-71756 for sponsorship, partnership, contributions on our news and other programs. Your suggestions are important to us. Also, you can place your advert on Voice of Nigeria TV. On behalf of the newsroom crew, I am Selma Shama Ibrahim.